Your kind is not welcome here, human. I advise you to travel on rapidly. You want to move freely here and do business in our town. But as long as you have nobody to vouch for you, you will find little friendliness among our people. And one more thing. In the south of our land, there is a giant wreaking havoc. If you see him, better run back to town.
What is the rune desire?
At your command.
Ready and send them to the River of Souls.
At your service.
At your service.
The rune calls. Send them to the River of Souls.
A human, my brothers are not very fond of your kind. They call me Skarvik. I'm one of the blacksmiths here. I have always actually liked you humans until that lordling arrived.
Why did your people turn away from the humans?
Joshua, the son of the Lord of the Helites, covered himself with shame. He betrayed Hurga, his blood brother in battle. He ran away and abandoned Hurga to face certain death. Ask our Thainscald. It was his decision to cancel our bond with the humans, for Hurga was his son.
What's this blood brotherhood all about?
For centuries, the dwarves and the humans of the Windfall Mountains have had an alliance with one another. After the War of the Six Nations, the Blood Brotherhood began. Since that time, the eldest sons of the rulers have mixed with their blood to seal the bond. This has been tradition for generations. Our Thainscald and the Lord of the Hellish Janir were once brothers. A few moons ago, Hurga and Joshua also sealed their bond.
Is there nothing that can restore this alliance?
Only our Thainscald can decide that.
I have to go to Greyshade Valley.
You can travel about our country as you please, human. These, however, where the land descends into the Valley of the Grey Shadow, is closed off behind the gate.
What is the purpose of the gate?
It is meant to protect us from what lurks behind it. Beyond the gate is where the Cold Mark begins, a land as horrible as the icy wind over the mountains.
If this is the only way to get to Greyshade Valley, then I want to take it.
The guard at the gate to the Cold Mark only obeys the commands of our Thainscald. You will need his permission to move on farther to the east.
I need someone to vouch for me, Master Skarvik.
Do you perhaps think I don't have a grudge against your blood? Lording Joshua's cowardice kindles the same fury in me as it does in my brothers. But conflict only leads to defeat. If you wish to reforge the bond, to confront the danger from the east, then let it not fail because of any stubbornness on our part. You make a decent, upright impression. You're not a weakling like that Joshua. You have fire burning in your eyes. Very well, I will vouch for you. Don't disappoint me, human.
Do you make weapons too?
I haven't forged a really good weapon since the mines on the Blade Rock were destroyed.
On the Blade Rock?
An island to the southwest of here. That's where we used to dig the adamantium out of the earth, and the servants of the deep who lived there welcomed us as brothers. But the Circle commanded us to forge more and more weapons, and then one day the wrath of our god struck us. The mines were destroyed, and the powerful blades of might have been just legends since then.
Could you make me a blade of might?
I certainly could. Who do you think you have standing here before you? But to start such a job, I would need a basic form, an earth blade, an object that can only be found on the blade rock. The servants of the deep forged them in the days when the bond between us still existed. You will only find one on the blade rock.
Ah, you must be the servant of the rune Skarvig told us about.
I greet you.
Welcome. I am Lord Eric Svatler. I brew the local beer, and other things. If you should happen to be thirsty, you've come to the right place.
So you brew more than just beer here?
Well, I've experimented with herb additives and discovered the powers of certain plants in the process.
A dwarf who collects herbs and brews beverages. That sounds unusual.
I know, but it has proven quite useful, and the people appreciate it.
Do you also make dark brews?
A curative elixir is often not all that different from a poison, if that's what you mean. What are you planning?
Well, I was thinking of a certain giant. A poison might paralyze him, then it would be no trouble to finish him off.
Herger? Poisoning a monster like that is not a simple proposition. You'd have to feed him by the barrelful. But I might know of something that could work. At least it would weaken him for a while. They call it the green sleep.
Make me a green sleep.
I would need some ingredients to concoct it. A dwarf doesn't keep that sort of thing in storage. I need bite fern and weaver green. They shouldn't be all that hard to find. And then silverwind and shadowstalk. They only grow way up on the top of the eastern mountains. The most important ingredient, however, is a poison that is extracted from the spiders in the code mark. Bring me those ingredients, and you will get your poison.
Who are you, stranger? I can't make you out. Since my eyeglasses were stolen, I can't see anything anymore. If only someone could find them and bring them back to me.
I found these glasses here in a crate at Leonon.
Indeed, these are the ones. How of all the gorges in Bragagor did you find your way to Leonon? Here, take this bottle of dwarf brandy as thanks. However, say, when you found the glasses, was there a little bronze statuette with them?
No, I'm afraid not.
The statuette was taken along with the glasses. It is of immeasurable value to me. Perhaps you might go out on another quest? I would be very grateful to you.
Go, human. Your kind is unwanted here.
I come to you on the recommendation of Master Skarvig. I need your help.
Skarvig? Very well, I shall listen to you, but be brief.
Urgent business leads me to the east.
The east is a tomb, the tomb of my son. That route will remain closed to you.
What happened?
It was the cowardice of a human, lordling Joshua. He abandoned my son, Herger. The bond between humans and dwarves is severed.
The humans of Stonewell trusted in that alliance. If I don't make it to the east, then you will be facing open war. How many must die before your rage subsides?
Lordling Joshua must face his destiny, and either die like his brother in blood or avenge that death. Only a deed like that can restore the bond. Do you understand?
Then I will convince Joshua to face his enemy in the Cold Mark once again.
Under those conditions, I would allow the eastern gate to be opened for you. The lordling has crept away to hide somewhere south of the city. Find him. Make sure that the dragon that killed my son meets his end. Herger's helmet shall serve as evidence that it has been accomplished.
What happened to your son?
Herger set out together with his guard regiment to explore the path to the east. We were planning to send an army through the Cold Mark to hasten to the aid of the humans in the Grey Shade Valley. His brother in blood was supposed to stand by his side, but Lordling Joshua is no warrior. He is a coward. They crossed the Cold Mark until, far in the east, high in the mountains, they came upon a dragon-like creature. A dragon who had set up his horde there. A fight broke out. The lordling, that lowly worm named Joshua, took to his heels and ran away and left his companions and his blood brother in the lurch. Whimpering like a woman, he stumbled to our gates. None of the others returned. A curse on the lordling and his brood. No bond ties me to such a miserable worm.
Ah, an adventurer. Come closer. Bring a little diversion into the working day of a simple cobbler. Tell me of your adventures.
I'm no adventurer, my friend.
No? You look a hell of a lot like one. What's up? Do you want to experience a little adventure, perhaps?
My time is limited.
Come on, don't be so diffident. Listen to me for a moment. It will surely interest you. Old treasures and old secrets.
Good. Tell me your secrets, friend cobbler.
Sandor is my name. Now then, a few days ago I was wandering through the mountains near the Shadow Pass looking for old objects when...
On the Shadow Pass? In the land of the goblins?
Is this your story or mine? Where was I? Oh yes, now, as I was wending my way, I suddenly heard some strange sounds, like the distant echo of voices. I found 3 different places with old gravestones on them. This odd murmuring seemed to be coming out of each one.
Did you examine it closer?
No, I'm just a cobbler. There were bones lying all around there, and when I came closer they started to tremble. Then I ran away as fast as I could. The gravestones aren't here in town. There are grave markers outside in the mountains. One stands in the north, one in the south, and one in the southwest. Examine the 3 gravestones and then come back here and tell me about them. But be on your guard.
Voices from gravestones?
Voices, like echoes from a far distant place, whispering in a strange language.
Ah, you again.
I have the rock spider silk.
At last. Then I can go right to work. All right, here's your robe. Bring it back to Gabar, that hopeless good-for-nothing.
Did you have the robe mended?
Here, I've had the robe mended.
Many thanks. I don't know what I would have done without you. But I won't bother you any longer. You have really helped me enough. Good luck on your travels. Ah, friend! Aonir's light.
What'll it be? A sword for your brother? Or a dagger for your beloved?
What do you mean?
All right. Most of the people who come to me are harboring fairly dark thoughts, if you know what I mean. I craft the tools of death. No butcher knives or military swords. You can get those on the market. Now, what do you want from Ortank, warrior?
Do you craft armor too, Ortank?
Rarely. A good set of armor simply takes too long. Besides, the right metal is usually very scarce.
So, you have forged armor.
I once crafted a suit of armor from gleaming moon silver, the only one ever made by a human hand. Day after day, Sundra and I stood sweating over the forge. We used all our skill and knowledge to craft that armor. It was intended for the greatest warrior the human realms have ever seen.
What became of that armor?
Amra wore it when he set forth to look for Leia. What became of him? I don't know. He never returned from his journey. My old apprentice, Sunder, looked quite a while for Amra, but all in vain. He now has a forge in Lianon. If you should find him, bring him my greetings.
Can you forge a good weapon?
I could make you a weapon you've never even dared to dream of, warrior. But for that, I need material that is more precious than a kingdom.
What are you talking about?
Among the undead in the south of the Windwall Mountains, there are some individuals of such evil that their rotten souls have turned to stone. These stones contain a great, unholy power. Bring me the 5 soul stones, and you will receive a weapon the likes of which you have never seen before.
What? What do you want? Go your way and stop bothering decent citizens.
What are you doing here?
You can see that, getting annoyed by idiots like you. If I had any time left, then I'd study old writings and do translation.
Are you a scholar?
No, I'm the night watchman. Of course I'm a scholar. And a good one, too. Now, what do you want?
Tell me, haven't I seen her somewhere before? Or weren't you going to bring me some liquor? Liquor from my homeland.
Perhaps this bottle of dwarf brandy?
Dwarf brandy? Sure enough. Hand it over. Hand it over. I'll give you this Brownstead for it. Actually, I wanted to sell it, but no merchant would give me any money for it. Then I've got a pair of eyeglasses. to pick them up somewhere. No. God, I must have misplaced them in Lianan somewhere. Here, take the statuette. They are here. They are here. Oh, dear, send down your light. Drive the shadows away.
You should go see a healer, friend. You are ill.
No, not ill. Knowing, and yet still blind. I don't see the shadows under the light. Don't see the horror creeping up on me.
Tell me one thing at a time.
Sorry, I'm Kostagir, an adept of the dark arts. Believe me, I know the creatures of light, and I'm knowledgeable on the creatures of darkness. But in the shadows, there lurks a power that is more terrible than all the creatures this world will ever bring forth. Something is waiting there. Alien, mysterious, not visible to the eye, except when they are killing. Then you see their dark silhouettes, and it's the last thing you ever see. Only very few people know of them. My master died by their hand. I must get to the bottom of their secret. I have no other choice. Perhaps they are already here, among us, lurking.
Is there no magic spell that can protect you?
No curse can frighten them. The ring is the only way. My master told me about it before he died, but he took his knowledge with him into the grave.
Is this perhaps the ring you were talking about?
Incomprehensible. The Shadow Ring. It looks just the way my master described it to me.
But it is an ordinary silver ring. It exudes no special power.
You're right. It seems to possess no power. And yet it looks like the Shadow Ring. I must ask Rigor.
Rigor?
One of the few individuals, beside myself, who dared study the shadows. He was on the trail of a runaway necromancer. Then he disappeared into the Dark Lands somewhere.
The Dark Lands? That's where my road will be taking me anyway. I'll take the ring along with me. If I find Rigor, I'll ask him about it.
Do it. I hope you find him. I can feel my time running out.
What else do you want?
A wanderer in this wilderness?
You look very weak.
Weak, yes. Weakness has lived in my limbs since that day, when this illness laid me low. May you never have to go through anything like that. Nothing can soothe my agony.
You mean your disease is incurable?
Well, the Spellforce potion, it can heal this illness. But it is rare and precious. Shanmuir, the healer from Leonon, she might be able to concoct it. But she... perhaps you might be able to help me. Ask Shanmuir for a Spellforce potion. She'll listen to you.
I'll see what I can do.
Ah, you're back.
I have examined the 3 gravestones.
And?
I could actually make out words. Tar, Shin, and Gar.
What might that mean?
I don't know, Sandor.
Go to Goran, the old scholar. Perhaps he can decipher those words. He knows a lot about the old languages.
What is it this time?
Sandor sent me.
A cobbler? I would never have thought that a warrior would be out.
Do the words Tar, Gar, and Shin mean anything to you? Perhaps an old language you might know?
Not a language. That's a name. An old hated name. The Child Slaughterer. His name was Shin Targar, the last sorcerer of Greyfell. In his greed for power, he slew 3 sons and offered their blood as a sacrifice to the Red Horde. But the Horde betrayed him, as they did so many others. That was still before the days of the Circle. The citizens of Greyfell drove him away when they discovered what he had done. Embittered, he ran away into a cave and sealed up its entrance forever.
Then those are the voices of his slain sons who curse his name.
Yes, may he be damned forever.
Ah, you're back.
I went to see Goran.
And? What does he say?
He thinks the words form the name of an old sorcerer, Shin Targar.
An old sorcerer? There is a cave up there in the mountains. They say you can find the grave of an old sorcerer up there. I'd bet anything it's full of treasures. The cave is sealed with a stone gate. Nobody has been able to open it so far. If it's the grave of that sorcerer...
Then his name might open the gate.
Come along! Follow me! We're going to the cave!
Beware. It's an ambush. We're under attack.
Yes, sir. On my way.
Here. Quickly now. To adventure. Into battle we go.
Never surrender.
Enemies beware.
Fortify the defenses. Facing the enemy.
Enemies beware.
Fortify the defenses.
We're under attack.
Engaging the enemy. Enemy contact.
What is it this time?
Here, I have a book from Shin Targar.
Let me see it. Encoded. I can recognize the syllables all right, but none of the words. You'll have to go see someone else. Go to Darius Serval. He lives in Leonon. He knows the codes of the old guilds better than I do. Talk to him about the book.
Ah, so you're back.
Can you brew a Zirfar potion for me?
The Zirfar potion? Who has sent you? Is it that hermit?
Yes. You know of him?
Indeed I do. He's a murderer, a slaughterer driven by madness. His illness and weakness are the only reason why he is still on the loose and not in a dungeon. His suffering gained him the sympathy of the judges.
The Zirfar potion might help him, but once he regains his strength, he will doubtlessly start murdering again.
Have you no compassion for him?
I can give you a pain-easing potion. It will ease his pains even if it doesn't cure them, but the Zirfar potion, never.
I demand the Zirfar potion. You are a healer of the White School. You must heal him regardless of the crimes he was convicted of.
You haven't seen what he is capable of. Besides, the blood of many innocents is on your hands. I refuse.
Then give me the name of another healer who has more compassion than you.
Illyrius in the Shield has a command of this art just as I do. I only hope he will act as I did.
Greetings from Ortonk.
Thank you, but that's not why you're here, right?
I'm looking for Amra's armor. Ortonk sent me to you.
Amra is gone. Leia is gone. Only the gods know what has become of them. Amra was a warrior, short-tempered, but his heart was in the right place. And Leia was the loveliest creature the world has ever seen. The two of them would have made a lovely couple, but then Leia went away with some fellow in disguise, and Amra was never the same again. Raged and howled all day. Finally, he ordered us to forge this armor that neither a sword nor magic can penetrate. When it was finally finished, he left to bring Leia back. He never returned. This disguised fellow must have slain him and then run off with Leia. Poor Shan. She's been worried to death over her sister ever since.
Shan Muyir is Leia's sister?
That she is. Go and ask her yourself if you don't believe me.
Ah, so you're back.
You are Leia's sister?
Yes. May the gods protect her wherever she is, and her beloved as well, even though their love brought nothing but misfortune to our house. You should know that Amra once hired on as a mercenary for my father. At that time, my sister Leia fell in love with him, and would certainly have become his wife had a wealthy mage not already asked for her hand. And so my father sent Amra away. Leia gave him a sign of her favor, her most precious possession, the pledge of the gods. A golden ring, which she had once received from the hand of the goddess Elen herself. Then the mage came and took Leia with him, and that was the last we heard from her. But one day the mage returned, raging with fury. He killed my father and destroyed our home. I never found out exactly what happened back then, but you aren't the only one interested in the history of the House of Muir. For days, there have been strange creatures lingering about the ruins of our house. They seem to be looking for something there.
Perhaps they're looking for Amra's armor. I'll have a look myself. Where exactly will I find your house?
Take the road to the east after the North Bridge, then you'll come right to it, but all that's left of it is a ruin. There is nothing to be found there.
Someone seems to have a different opinion. Destiny awaits. Let's go. Follow me. I shall not fail.
At your command.
Right away. Ready and able.
Yes. Enemies beware. Hold on, men. Stay with me, men.
Close the ranks.
Enemies beware.
They're everywhere.
Hold on, men! What does the room desire?
I am ready. Let's go. Forwards. destiny awaits. Now!
Welcome, young warrior.
Goron told me you might be able to decipher this.
A dark document, very dark. Almighty light, this is the book of the child slaughterer. Here, take this in exchange. I'll keep the book. This knowledge is not intended for you.
Oh, it's you.
Good to see you. Hello. I'm Illyrius, the healer.
Welcome.
What can I do for you?
I need a Zirfar potion.
A Zirfar potion. I won't ask what you need it for, but I can tell you this. It won't come cheap.
How much do you want?
I would have demanded a pretty penny from an average customer, but you look like a person who might be able to do something even more valuable for me. Listen, since the Black Fist attacked us, looters have been prowling around here. They've robbed me of my money. Bare swords, please note. Bring back my wallet, and make sure these fellows jump over the blade, if you catch my meaning. Nobody threatens Illyrius and gets away with it.
Where will I find these looters?
They must...
The lines must hold. The lines must hold.
Ah, it's you again.
Is this your wallet?
Ah, yes. Let me see. Damn it. Not much left in there. You haven't helped yourself to a little reward, have you?
Are you accusing me of robbery, Illyrias? If I had wanted your money, how come I didn't just keep your whole wallet?
Very well. Very well, fine. I promised you a potion. Here, take it.
What else do you want?
I believe I ran across some of your people.
People? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the scum that was rummaging through the ruins of the House of Muir. They had this letter with them.
You must excuse me. Good people are always hard to find. Of course, I will see to it they are severely punished.
That's already been taken care of. They made one mistake they will never make again.
Well, then justice has been served. They weren't much good anyway. Now please excuse me, I have to...
Not so hasty, my friend. What were your people looking for? After all, they were there on your orders.
Oh, nothing at all. An old story.
You're looking for Amra's armor, aren't you?
You know about the armor? Well, Good. Let's talk. But not here. The town has many ears. Meet me at the Wildland Pass. I followed Amra's traces to there.
Good. I'll be there.
The potion. Do you have the potion?
I have the Zirfar potion.
Tell the truth. Really? Quickly, give it to me. My strength is returning. You have...
Stay with me, men.
Ah, come in, friend. I'm glad you made it.
What exactly are we doing here?
You are searching for Leia and Amra, aren't you?
What do you know about them? We will find a clue here?
You're too curious, young friend. Find. What you will find here is your end. Get him, men!
Stay with me, men! Rune warriors, stand by me! We're under attack! Enemies beware! Rune warriors, stand by me! Enemies beware! Stay with me, men! Stay with me, men! We're under attack!
I can explain that.
What are we talking about at the moment?
Please, you wouldn't kill an unarmed man, would you? Have mercy in the name of all the gods that are sacred to us.
No gods are sacred to me. Come on, speak up. What do you know? Why did you want to put me out of the way?
I don't know. I swear it.
One more lie, merchant, and I'll send you down to the River of Souls.
The only thing I know is that there is a gravesite in Whisper, they say. Leia is buried there. The key to Amra's armor is in that gravesite. I have often sent men there, but none of them has ever returned. And now my last men are dead as well. This is my end.
No, this is the beginning of honest work. Return to your merchandise, Centos. Amra's armor was forged for warriors, not for tradesmen.
I have no other choice. Farewell, warrior. May you have better luck on your quest.
Ah, friend, it's you again. Did you find my statuette?
That I have indeed. Here it is.
1,000 thanks. Please take these gold coins as your reward.